can't believe it. Went out before with one of my other pipes, doing my PA job. Went on the bus, had a nice pipe walking around Bury. Put my pipe in the pocket, got back on the bus. Fucking pipe's falling out. Some bus driver will be smoking me flipping pipe tonight. Gutted. Totally gutted. Well, it wasn't an expensive one anyway. But not the point, is it? Oh, it wasn't meant to be. You know what that means, doesn't it? Just have to buy another pipe. Have a look on eBay to replace it. It didn't even have a funeral. Killed in action. Lost in action, let's say. Missing in action. MIA. My pipe was MIA. That's what Bob would say. Anyway. Glad you're enjoying the site. And all that. We'll just come out in the dark. And it's raining a little bit, but sod it. Oh, that's better. Yeah, my band stories. I hope you're enjoying all my silly band stories. I'll tell you another one. We did this gig in Macclesfield, some cricket club I think it was. Anyway, we got there and it was pissing it down with rain. We had a marquee. We're playing in this marquee. Well, it's one of these, you couldn't park properly. So we had to drive up with a van, unload all the stuff into this changing room, and then go and park the van somewhere else. Anyway, so we did that. Set up, played. What a bunch of arrogant so-and-so. You know these posh types, snobby posh types. You know, just weren't interested at all. Just all they were bothered about was getting shit-faced and being utter tossers, I would say. So, yeah. So anyway, come to the end of the night. Couple got up dancing, I think. But I think it went down pretty much like a turn in a swimming pool. But anyway, yeah. So we're taking all our gear out, and they don't get out of the way. People are just arrogant, aren't they? Ignorant bastards, just in the way of us all. You know, so it took us ages to get our stuff out. You know, we had to put it in this changing room thing, and then back the van up, go and get the van and back it up. But it just so happened that in this changing room thing that they give us, there was lots of crates of beer. Bottles of beer. Budweiser, I think it was. I think it was Budweiser and maybe pills or something like that. But anyway, our drummer says, well, arrogant sod, let's teach them a lesson. So we were very arrogant with their beer and loaded quite a few cases in with our Marshall stacks and our guitar cases, and off we went. So yeah, we stole their beer. Oh, it's pretty coming down everywhere now, this rain. Oh well, hope you enjoyed that one. See you soon.
Can't believe it. You think you know someone. Years. You know, you go to primary school with him. You go to secondary school with them. Your friends in your teenage years. You work together for how many years, and then you end up at the airport together. You have a friendship that spans over 40 years. Well over 40, I'd say almost nearly 50. I'd say 50 years. 50 bloody years, you think you know somebody. And then you find out that they're in a marquee spare room that's full of bloody beer, and they empty half of it into the bloody van. You think you know someone? God almighty, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Genuinely. Nicking crates of beer. Crates. Not just one or two. Crates. Outraged. I can't believe it. You've upset me now tremendously. I can't believe it. I can't believe that you stole all that beer and didn't even offer me a single bottle, you rotten sod.
Yeah. Well, Bob, if I'd save you a bottle, I think you would have struggled with it, to be honest. I seem to remember dragging you home from the Hare and Hounds once, and when you were a bit smashed up. And I think you'd had a bit of a sniff of the barmaid's apron. Don't you remember that? I went to take you home, and your dad thanked me for getting you home. You're in the right state. You don't hardly anything to drink. That was yeah, fucking hell, it was a long time ago, that, wasn't it? Hey, remember this? Remember that one and all, Bob? When we staggered home from Alty one. We were walking from Altrincham one night. We went through Timpley Golf Course. Just both staggering along, walking along. The next minute, both stood almost up to our waists in this pond. We walked into one of these ponds on the golf course when we were drunk. Well, that was a good laugh, bro. I was always falling in things when I was pissed. Nearly fell in the canal once. And then with the days, eh? Oh, look at us. Old and grey. Oh, you'll have to tell us that story about that time when I got sausage, chips and gravy from King Wa. Took one bite of the sausage and it just didn't taste right. Well, you said, I'll have it, mate, I'll have it. So yeah, you had it.
Yeah, you had to bring up the sausage story, didn't you? Well, I certainly did. Yeah, I remember that. It must have been in the late 80s. We just had a session in the Moss Trooper, which is a local watering hole in Timperley. You'd go in and say, a flagon of your finest stouts, yeoman of the bar, and you'd slap your coin of the realm down on the counter, and the landlord, Brian, would come up with his, you know, I'm talking shite. You'd go in and say, pint of bitter, please. Late 80s. It was good fun. We used to go, oh God, we sank many a pint in the Moss Trooper. Many a pint. All good fun. But yeah, on the way home, we used to go past a chippy. And, of course, we were a little bit worse for beer. And Giz got the munchies, and he decided to have his sausage and gravy and whatever it was he used to always have. Anyway, he took a minuscule bite of this sausage. The sausage was a big feral thing, and he had a little bite, and he went, oh, no, I'm not having that. I thought, well, I'm not going to let him waste it. I'll have that sausage, Giz, I said. And so he proceeded to walk home, and he went off his way home, and I just carried on to the rest of the way to my house. Anyway, I got home. I was with my mum and dad, of course, and walked in the house, and my belly did a backflip. He went, oh dear. There's something amiss there, and I can tell you now, I have never been so sick in my entire life. I was bringing up the world. I was talking to God down the big white telephone, and my stomach was so all night. It's about halfway through the night, my dad rang Gizzy's dad and asked him if Gizzy's all right, because he was worried about me. And so Giz, blurry-eyed, got out of bed and said, what's up? He said, Bob's been sick as a dog. He's absolutely throwing his ring up. Well, I never lived that down. I helped Giz dispose of a sausage, and I paid for it dearly. I was sick as a bloody dog. Fiendish, evil, demon sausage from hell. Bad news. I'm not going to forget that in a time. I'm not going to forget that. Oh dear. I think that's the closest I've ever come to labour pains. Fancy bringing that up. It's a bloody sausage story. Yeah.
Hello. I would like to thank Bob and Giz for their marvellous funny videos. They make me smile. But I also want to take this time to remind you of their upcoming Halloween special, which is due for release on the 28th of October. Thank you for joining me.